Minecraft players of all ages, welcome back to our Minecraft Bedrock Survival Let's Play series. We're down here at the, well, you know, our little witch farm, which has been very, productive. In fact, you may have noticed that all the potions that we got out of the witch hut um, are for the haunted mansion. If I can talk, words are hard. Um, all those potions in those cauldrons came from this farm. It has been very lucrative. I mean, um, it's definitely bringing in some stuff. Um, the only thing I can really say about it is that when the nighttime hits, there is absolutely no witches spawning in because the rates are that bad in the dark. So we had talked about doing some caving to light up the area to help, you know, restrict the spawn cap a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump into that today. So right across the way from our witch farm there, we have an entrance to a cave here. I'm not sure how deep this goes or anything like that, but I thought it would be a good place to start if we're going to get everything lit up. It's been a long time, I think, since we've done a caving episode. Let me know what you guys think about that. Uh, what did you guys think about season 3 so far? I mean, we've done some cool things and we have a lot of projects underway, which is typical for us. Um, I Something that I thought about recently is when I first started this series, I wanted to make sure that no matter what, I was going to finish, a project before I moved on to another, unless it was like one of them bigger projects that you just have to kind of work on over time. And it seems like we have a lot of those types of projects going on in the world. Woo! I'm not sure where he even came from, but he sure did do a number on us in a very short time. Anyways, we have a lot of those projects going on in the world, and I would like to get some of them completed and knocked out. Some of them have been going on for far too long. The monorail was a huge project that we undertook that we managed to get taken care of in a reasonable amount of time. I've got my elytra on instead of my chest plate, and that's gonna make this very challenging. Whoa. I definitely need to switch that over. Don't want to get done in by a creeper, that's for sure. So let's break out our inner chest real. Oh, I don't have any armor on. Um, that's how that baby zombie did so much damage in such a little amount of time. Your boy here forgot to put his armor on. But yeah, let's. I want to concentrate on knocking out some of these projects that we started. You may not even realize it, but in some of the most previous episodes, we've been tackling things that we talked about back in season 1 that we hadn't gotten to yet. Some things are we talked about. We just we're still not in a position to be able to do that, but I would like to kind of keep on with that, and I mean, I've got a list of all these different projects, and I would like to get as many of them done as possible. Okay, so that kind of brought us out it didn't really go anywhere, right? So I'm gonna look for another cave entrance, find us a good little spot to dig in and get to work in the area, inside our boundaries here for this, and then we'll see what kind of goodies we can uncover in the process, right? Well, I haven't found any more surface caves, but I did find the cat that actually goes to the witch hut, um, which we can trap in here somewheres and come back with some fish, and we'll come back with some fish and tame it at another time. We have no cats in this world, um, so it's going to be a little bit tricky. I'm going to basically dig down and see if I can. I think there's more landmass this way. We're going to dig down and see if we can hit a cave that way. Um, and then I'll bring you guys back in if I find anything. Well, I didn't dig far and I hit this cave here. Let's start lighting this bad boy up, and why not grab all the resources along the way, right? I mean, we can get villagers to trade coal with and stuff like that. There's always uses for these different things, and you know no resource is unusable. So I tend to collect it all, even though we have tons. I do tend to grab even more and more. I'm gonna straighten out my inventory, and if anything interesting happens, I'll bring you guys back in. So we found a geode right here. That's what this smooth basalt is. So if we dig all this out in these areas, we'll definitely leave this geode so that we can harvest it, because it'll grow while we AFK the area, and that could be pretty useful. Well, I found a lot of cave here. Unfortunately, not a whole lot of mobs to go with it. So there must be a ton of mobs just spawning all over the place. There must be a lot more cave than what I've found. I mean, it goes on everywhere seemingly, and yeah, it just seems to go on everywhere. So anyways, I'm just gonna keep working on it, and hopefully, I mean, really, we haven't even made it that deep yet, right? With the new world depths and heights and things, um, we're not really that far down. So that means that there's definitely a whole lot more than what I've come across already, because I barely have touched deep slate levels. Um, oops. Yeah, I've barely touched deep slate levels, so yeah, there's it's a wonder that we really get the spawns that we do. I mean, we knew we were gonna have to do some lighting up to improve spawn rates and stuff like that, but we've really got a lot of work to do. Um, yeah, here's a pretty good example. Like, it goes off there and there, and I mean, there's cave above me still, like that, and there's cave down below me, um, like that there. That just it's it's all over the place, and I'm just kind of doing the best I can. But every little bit should make a difference, and you'll know when you're close to getting your caves lit up because boy, your mobs will start spawning in like crazy. And I've had the two zombie villagers that I've encountered, and that's been it. So there's definitely a lot of work to be done, and I'm not sure how much of it will get done in this episode, but you know, we're gonna try and put as big of a dent in it as we can, and we can always come back and work on improving it at a later time, as well as you know, when we if we need to decide if are we going to go ahead and take the area down to Bedrock. I'm still all for that. There's actually some pretty good machines for doing that sort of thing these days. So it'll be even easier than it was when we originally had talked about it, which is awesome. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Do we go ahead and maybe just give it a decent little light to um, you know kind of hold us over for now, um, and do we go ahead and just not so much worry about it and go ahead and take it down the bedrock? Now, if we do that, I would like to leave the any geodes that we come across intact, again, because those can be building up and while we're AFKing in the area and be ready to harvest, and like two birds one stone kind of thing, which would be great. So I'll have to figure that out. Let me know what you guys think. I don't want to say that we're going to do it a particular way and then find out that a bunch of you guys are against it. After all, it is our world. So here's where, that kind of comes in play. You get to help make that decision. I do believe this is a different geode that I just found. And I mean, for those of you that don't know, our terrain was generated in 117. So then when 118 came, everything got a little bit wonky because of the world height and depth changes and whatnot. So it's interesting on how these things, these caves have kind of generated, because I haven't even made it down to like new generation, or what would have been new generation for the 118. So you get these really crazy deals like this right here from having an older world that can converted like that, and it's a lot of cave, a lot of cave. I've been at it for several hours now. Yeah, I've definitely been at it for several hours now, and I'm still, as you can see, not, I'm up and down all over the place, following these caves, but I mean, all this is above zero, above Y0. So there's still, I mean, a massive amount of caves around here because there would have been new ones generated in with 118, as I was saying, and you can see it just kind of, that'll be like one of the few mobs I've seen. Now I did open up or come across a slime chunk as well because I did have a slime on me. So that's definitely a thing as well. And whenever you're caving, you really wanting to, find everything. You really got to get that gravel and let it come down and get it out of the way because it'll open up even more stuff that you would otherwise miss. You know, not necessarily always. It didn't pan out right there, but that's just kind of the method I've been using, and it's just taking me to different tunnels and things like that right there that have opened up into more caves, and it's a process that it's a lot of fun. I do enjoy caving. I think this would have made a much better stream than what you're probably going to get out of it for a video, but I do hope you guys are enjoying it. So all the resources that we got from caving are in these shulker boxes. That armor is actually um, from somewheres, one of the mobs. And we got a bunch of odd and end stuff here. We ended up with 9 diamond ore blocks, which is pretty cool. And that's not even cobbled diamond blocks. We barely touched the deep slate levels, which is, a thing. So we got a lot more to do. But what we really want to get to now, talking about finishing older projects and things like that, is we have that cobblestone road that leads is supposed to lead over to our gold farm, and I think now would be a good time to go work on that and see how much more we can get done on it. So I've got everything set up here. This is where we left off, and as you can see, there's still saplings falling. So basically, if you remember correctly, there's a village right ahead that we've kind of got to veer around. So I've got a lot of tree clearing and stuff like that to do because it cuts right through this, I mean, somewhat of a dark oak forest, I guess. But it's very small through here. And it would go right around the village, and then it's a pretty straight shot down to the gold farm. So we're going to get a lot of wood out of this, and let's get started. Maybe we can get us a little time lapse of this. I hope you guys enjoyed that. So this is pretty much where we started at right here. We had our setup and everything, and we actually got a pretty good ways. We made it around. You can see we had to do a hard turn here to get around the village, but we made it around the village and all the way up to this point right here. If it loads somewhere, there's water. Yep, right here. We made it all the way to here. We will, however, have to do another bridge across here. As you guys know, our bridges have gotten a little more, let's say, better looking as we go along for a very good reason. And our gold farm should be right in here somewhere. Everything's really taking its time loading in. Okay, so there's the gold farm. So we can make our bridge across the water there. I have a really nice design in store for this right here. It's a little bit more elegant. Each bridge as we've gone has gotten a little more elegant looking than the previous. So once we get across the water there, we can just make a path going straight this way. And our cobblestone road will be done. And I'm looking forward to that. So here are the resources we were able to get from clearing out all that wood. We got almost a choker full of dark logs, like a stack and a half of birch, and quite a few oak logs, a lot of sticks, a bunch of saplings. We were even able to get some mushroom blocks because I used my silk touch pick instead of my hoe to break the blocks, and 39 apples, which are useful for the villager conversions. Almost a shulker box full of the grass and dirt combination there. It's modding stuff. I mean, we did have some mobs to deal with and whatnot. But I'm going to meet you guys back at the starter area because there's something there that needs our attention. As you guys may remember, we had this thing all designed out and everything. And the wood burn. I didn't know for sure if it would or how far it would go. I think some of this is just from the fire spreading. So we're going to try and keep some simple vibes here and just kind of build back. We're going to go ahead and put wood there, but we're going to get rid of the rest of this wood past our drip leaf farm over here toward our glow lichen farm. And we're going to use some mossy stone bricks to kind of touch this area up. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do some work here, and then I'll bring you guys back to see what it looks like when I'm done. So we've got some pretty simple looking vibes here to match what we would have in our starter area without it necessarily blending in with anything. And I thought the mossy bricks were a pretty good touch to help show that it's been here for a while, right? But I also took this dispenser and I faced it up and put the glow lichen on the top of that, so that now when we sit here and break it with the shears, it'll grow and we don't have to replant it replace it every time, and it'll just go in the hopper, except for this one oddball piece here that's staring me in the eye. But yeah, we should be able to just stand here, shear, it'll bone meal automatically, and we can shear and then just collect it out of the chest when we're done. It's about as semi-automatic as it's gonna get, I guess. But let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this? Now, for our starter area here, I mean, it's complete. We have some librarians that we can come get books from whenever we need them. We also have a few farmers to do some trades with. We have a melon farm, a pumpkin farm, all the different crops. And we have a couple of the clerics in the village breeder, because our zombie farm is right down, over here in the starter area. But I mean, there's really nothing left to build or to do here in our starter area. Our starter area is pretty complete. The only project that is even remotely considered part of the area is our lighthouse. Now, even though there was technically never any plans to do anything with it, it was just to look good, and I am completely happy with the way this thing turned out. It's beautiful. I would like to incorporate it in somehow. Plus, if we go back over here by our storage building, just come back around the little walkway here, we have our little map wall, and I mean, we have 3 maps filled out, or 4 maps, I'm sorry, but I would like to finish this map wall off. How do you guys feel about like today's caving and exploring? Do you guys like the way I do it? What would you change about the way I do it? Would you like to see more of this stuff, less? Let me know in the comments below, and we can see what we can do to make all this happen and make it interesting for you guys to watch. Well, we've made it to 116 subscribers. Thank you all very much from the bottom of my heart. Your support has been amazing. And I just want to say, if you haven't already, Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. We're on our road to 500 and you can help make that difference. Don't forget to check out the Forever Bedrock members. Links will be in the description below. I can't say enough about those guys, and I hope you guys at least give them the opportunity of checking out their videos. Also, if you're not already subscribed, ring that bell so you don't miss out on future episodes. And I'll see each and every one of you in the next video.